Good evening, everyone. I'm Romney Smith at WTOC for The News Now. This is where we bring you local, regional, and national updates and stories that we're working on for you right now. Thank you so much for joining us, giving us a few minutes of your evening to catch you up on all the big stories. So right now, we're working on breaking news out of Richmond Hill. 95 southbound and northbound are both closed because of a deadly crash. I want to show you a few pictures that we just got from our chief photographer, Jonathan Godwin. He is at the scene right now, and I tweeted these out about 30 minutes ago. So it involves 5 vehicles, 2 tractor trailers, and 3 individual vehicles. Again, this is from Jonathan Godwin. We know that it's a deadly crash involving those vehicles. Both lanes are shut down. And I want to let you guys know that it's not just a crash. The confirmed death is a person in a vehicle pinned by a tractor trailer, and 1 vehicle went over the concrete wall and landed near train tracks below. So there's a lot going on. That is the reason both lanes had to be shut down. You're watching video right now. A passenger took this video, and slowly you can see all of the smoke going into the sky immediately following the crash. So keep in mind, Richmond Hill Police and Georgia State Patrol both on the scene. Again, for those of you just tuning in, wondering what's going on in Richmond Hill, 5 vehicles in an accident, 3 personal vehicles, 2 tractor trailers. 1 person is confirmed dead at this time. We're talking about 95. Specifically, the accident was in 95 southbound, those lanes near mile marker 87, which is Highway 17 exit in Richmond Hill. Again, 95 southbound and northbound, both will be closed for at least another hour and a half. Northbound being rerouted. 1 person died after being pinned by a tractor trailer. Another person in another vehicle went over the concrete wall and landed near the train tracks below. That is why this is such a serious situation and being shut down in both lanes for hours. We're still working to learn the condition of the people involved. I just want to let you guys know, we see your comments on Facebook of you guys saying you're stuck in the traffic wondering what was going on. Thank you for telling us what's going on. Prayers to the families involved. Again, this is going to be shut down for hours. We ask for your patience. We know some of you have not budged for a very long time, thinking that it was just an accident. It is deadly. Right now, the Richmond Hill Police and Georgia State Patrol say expect to be in traffic for a while. We know that accidents happen all the time, especially with tractor trailers, but this one is quite unique, knowing that 1 vehicle went over a concrete wall and landed on near train tracks below, and that someone else was pinned by one of the tractor trailers and that person died. So again, we ask for your continued patience. We have a team out there working to learn more information, including the identities of the people involved. Again, we know there are 5 vehicles, at least 5 people involved, but we want to know if there were any passengers involved. Also, if they're from our area or if they're possibly from out of town. So as soon as we get that information, we will pass that along to you. We certainly appreciate all of you guys who are in that traffic right now, saying thank you so much for giving us information. I see your comments on our Facebook page. That's why we do The News Now, to make sure you are always connected to the very latest information that directly impacts your life. So we will continue to update this story online at WTOC.com, as well as our Facebook page and our Twitter page. But for now, that is what's causing the huge backup in Richmond Hill. Again, 95 northbound and southbound, both shut down because of this deadly crash. All right, let me switch gears for 1 second to get to a couple of the things that we're covering. Coming up at 11, local law enforcement actually gathered today, but it wasn't due to a sting operation. Our Danielle Awana is working on that story and has a preview.
Attention folks of Savannah, all 3 law enforcement agencies are here today working to better serve you. Communication, cooperation, whatever, they're doing it, and doing it through one acronym. What is it, guys? VFIT. I can't hear ya. VFIT. Come on now, y'all. VFIT. VFIT. I'll tell you what that is tonight on The News at 11 and what they're doing to make it a reality right here in Savannah.
All right. Thank you so much for that. And again, if you want to see her story, watch WTOC tonight at 11. Switching gears, the Savannah-Chatham County Public School System held their new school kickoff today. This gives everyone, of course, a chance to get prepared and learn information about the upcoming school year, which starts a week from today. During the event, Superintendent Dr. Ann Levette discussed many achievements as well as progress within the school district. She also took time to speak with the nearly 400 new teachers that they recently hired.
So we're excited about them, and some of them are new to the profession. Many of them are coming from other districts. Again, Savannah's pretty transitory, so we have lots of military spouses, but we're excited to have all of them here. We met them last week.
The event was held this morning at New Hampstead High School, and it was a packed room. Well, speaking of, there are a lot of events happening this weekend, so let's get right to it. The Savannah-Chatham County parents and students can attend the Back to School Showcase, which is this Saturday. You'll learn about bus routes and school changes and aftercare for the upcoming school year. The event is Saturday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. July 28th at the Savannah Mall. For a full list of back to school dates, you can always go to our website, WTOC.com. We have an entire back to school section. You know what, normally I go over weather right now, but the next digital update at 9 o'clock will be with weather. I want to get back to my iPad to show you guys what's going on, because I know that's why a lot of you who tuned in a little bit later are wondering what's happening on 95. So here are pictures that we got from our chief photographer, Jonathan Godwin, at the scene. Right now, 95 northbound and southbound by exit 90 are shut down. 5 vehicles, that is 3 cars and 2 tractor trailers, were involved in a bad accident. 1 person was pinned and died at the scene. Another person was in a vehicle, went over a concrete barrier wall and landed near the train tracks below. That is the reason why both lanes are shut down and being rerouted at this time. 1 person is confirmed dead again, and someone else in another vehicle went over a concrete wall and landed near train tracks below. I'm just showing you some of the pictures that we have right now. So Richmond Hill Police, Georgia State Patrol, all at the scene right now working to clear it. One thing we are working on is to try to figure out how many people are involved. Obviously, if there's 5 vehicles, there are at least 5 drivers involved, but we want to know how many passengers are also in those vehicles, as well as where they're from. Are they local or are they from out of town? All we know right now is that 3 vehicles, and 2 tractor trailers are involved. And again, this is 95 northbound and southbound, and Richmond Hill shut down for at least the next hour and a half. Some of you guys were writing us on Facebook saying that you were at the scene or you were stuck in traffic, and we appreciate your patience. And we know some of you are thinking this is ridiculous, but anything of this level where you have 1, tractor trailers involved, 2, it's a death. At least 1 person has died. You've probably got other people with very serious injuries right now. This is why both lanes had to be shut down so they can work on this scene, notify family members. There is certainly a lot going on right now. We actually had a comment I'm trying to find on Facebook. A lot of you guys are saying prayers for the family right now. Here it is. Angela Hatchell Lemon said, I was stuck in traffic for 2.5 hours. The wreck happened 100 feet in front of me. Prayers for all of the families involved. So for those of you who tuned in a tad bit late to the newscast and missed the very top of it, this is what we're looking at. Pictures coming directly from the scene, because there is at least 1 person who died and others who may be injured. We're still working to get more information. 2 tractor trailers, 3 other vehicles, 95 northbound and southbound shut down right now and for the foreseeable future, because 1 person in a vehicle went over a concrete barrier and landed near train tracks below. Very serious situation. Stick with WTOC throughout the night. We will be covering this story. We have a team out there right now working to gather more information on the identities of who was in those vehicles, what caused it in the first place, the condition of those that were hurt and injured. Notification of family members has to happen first before law enforcement is allowed to notify the media of the victim's name. And as soon as we do learn it, we will pass it along to you. So stick with us, our website, WTOC.com, and our social media pages, Facebook and Twitter. We will have updates throughout the night, and especially tune in to The News Tonight at 11, where we will have more information for you. Have a good evening.